Hi friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and rainboots.com. We have a super easy, quick craft along today. I hope you'll join me to make this little cutie. Boop. As always, please give this video a like so I know you're here crafting with me. So here is what we're making: a little bit of basic craft supplies, and whatever you have on hand can be used to make this guy. So I'm going to be starting out with a pink felt from the craft store, blue fur, and you need something for a nose. It can be a flat back or it can be a wood round. You also need a jar. I pick up all of these jars at the Dollar Tree, including mason jars. You can also use a flower pot from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to give you a free pattern, and because this is a craft along, I'm going to cut this out, but just know that you can also just convert this. If you have a cutting machine, you can cut these pieces of craft felt. So these are not the thick craft felts, meaning they're not 3 millimeters. These are just the ones that you can get in the bins at the craft store. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold our felt in half, and if you want, pin it, you can clip it, or you can draw right on the material itself. Either way, I'm using sewing pins for this, but again, I had somebody share with me they use double-sided tape, which I thought was so smart. She says you just put it on your jeans or something to reduce some of the tackiness. I thought that was so smart. I've never done that, but I'm going to use some fairly sharp scissors to cut this out so we get a nice clean line. There is no sewing involved in this. I mean, if you want to sew it, you can absolutely sew it. I just didn't. If you are looking for more patterns, I urge you to look through my Easter playlist. I'll put a link to that up here because my Easter playlist has some of the cutest, most copied Easter gnomes. I have to tell you, some of them are the sweetest little babies, and you can sew them through the patterns. All right, so now this looks a little Dr. Seussian, doesn't it? I don't know why, but right there, I'm just sitting there looking at it and saying, well, my, this looks like Dr. Seuss. All right, so as you can see, I'm on the back of the faux fur. This is an inexpensive faux fur from Amazon. And what that is the about 2-inch pile. It's not a very long beard pile. I'm cutting off the edges because they cut it with scissors and it's all hacked up. In order to make sure that you don't like hack up the fur, just cut it with an X-Acto knife or a razor. You can use the one, you use to scrape off stickers that your kids put on things, and just only do the fabric backing and you're done. Look at that nice plush beard. So on the front of the hat, so you need to determine which is your front, which is your back. Mine looks the exact same. We're going to hem up on the right side of the fabric. That means this is going to show as a brim on the right side of the fabric. And the reason we're going to do that is because we can add little bunny ears. I have shared something similar to this. Again, if you're looking for Easter crafts or ways to use faux fur for Easter, I have shared a ton of them. Little tiny pom-pom bunnies, all the way up to full-fledged, adorable, high-end sewn gnomes. So all I'm doing here is taking the Surebonder detail tip glue gun. And you can see I'm just getting an idea of making it even, but we have an opportunity to make it even just a little bit more precise in just a second. But the detail tip glue gun is pretty cool in that it will put just a little bit of hot glue. I also just got in the Surebonder detail tip glue pen, which I'd never seen in my life until a reader told me about them. And now I had to buy it because I'm obsessed and I want to try it. So I'm going to use a scrap piece of white felt, and yep, picked it up off the floor. And now I'm going to take a couple cuts of the cast off of my pink felt and just make 2 rectangles. Now you can absolutely create your own pattern for the ears. I don't think it's necessary. Plus, I wanted that pattern to be something that you use all year round for quick and easy little treat jars. But here you go. We're just going to cut these into a point. We're getting another opportunity to make them nice, so don't fret about it here. Now you can glue this down and cut out around it, or you can do like I'm going to do, which is remove that, put this here and just fold it in half and cut 2 of these. Like, that's it. That's it. Again, you can pin it, you can create a pattern, I'm going to mess this up. And if you're new here, I keep my mistakes in because I want you to know that even with mistakes, this whole entire craft, yes, takes less than 10 minutes. So don't worry about it if you mess up. It's just felt. You can always trim things down. See? Just like that. So for those of you asking, thank you so much. I appreciated the warm wishes. I published last week's video and then promptly went to sleep for many, many days. Our whole family got the bug, whatever bug that was. And I'm still sick. I will be pausing this video to have coughing sessions, but I'm feeling a little bit better and getting back into the swing of things. So I appreciate all of the kind and sweet sentiments you all shared. All right, so now that we have those, excuse me, and now that we have those cut, we're just going to glue these on. Now, in previous videos, I have shared that if you happen to have some floral flowers, either or faux florals or paper flowers you can get in the paper crafting session, those work perfectly for things like this because they're so very light. You can also make your own flowers out of the felt cast-offs, which is really fun. But I wasn't quite feeling up to it when I made this guy. All right, so just pop those on, get them pressed down. Is anyone else as intrigued about the glue pen as I am? I'm looking at it right now. It's on my desk. I'm going to use it on my, excuse me, I'm going to use it on my next craft. And I'm pretty excited. All right, so we're just going to glue this right in here and it will stand up on its own because it's 2 layers of non-stiff felt. You can absolutely use stiff felt for that white backing if you happen to have it on hand. I didn't, like I said. I have a big pile of felt on the corner and the floor of my craft room, and I just grabbed it from that. All right, so we're going to glue down now the edges and the front. That's it. I like to use the tip of the hot glue gun to spread out the glue on the felt so that it doesn't have big hunking glue chunks. We're going to put right sides together and sew. We're not sewing a thing. We're going to put right sides together and glue up this entire hat. Make sure you get that little flat part at the top as well. If you wanted to add a tassel through here, you could do that as well. Remember, the tassel portion is going to be the inside of this little sandwich and the string is going to be sticking out the top. Once you have that sandwiched together, excuse me, you can put it aside or just simply wait as I will do, which I edited out because you're almost done with this craft. That's why. All right, so you can see on these, you have to wait till the glue sets on the hat and then just press it tip into the center with your fingers. So I use a pen or the rounded part of my scissors to poke out this top bit right here. Just be careful, don't push too hard, go slow and you'll see it just, there you go, pop all the way out. Again, you can add a little pom-pom up here to the top or you can add a pom-pom to the jar in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and glue this nose right on the inside of the brim. It's just going to poke out a little bit. If you get any glue that pops out right there, just take your fingernail and remove it. And then I'm going to place a good portion of hot glue up here because we are going to be gluing down only the furry part of the beard, not the backing. So you do want a good portion of glue. You also want to make sure that when you're holding it, you don't burn your fingers because the glue will seep through this and it gets a little warm. As I mentioned, I have an array of jars that I get at the Dollar Tree. All of these will work for this, so don't worry. But I'm going to use a mason jar because that's what I just grabbed. And you can see how easily this slips on right here. We're going to fill it with candy or little toys, and guess what? You are all done. That's it for this quick and easy craft. I'm going to be back next week with a patterned gnome for those of you who like the more involved builds. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more crafty fun.